Hello, my fellow humans, and welcome back to Scatter Love Tarot. It's your girl coming at you with another pick a card reading. Would love to say thank you to anyone and everyone that continues to be a supportive part of this journey with me. I'm truly honored to be sharing this time and this space with you. And if you are new here, welcome. This is a reminder that we're all here sharing this human experience together, and that this is a safe space to show up as your highest, most aligned, loving, authentic self. We do things completely differently here on this channel, so with that in mind, if the messages do happen to resonate, it would mean the world to me if you were to like, comment, and subscribe below. And if you are interested in supporting the channel, check out the description box. It will have everything that you need. Now, today we are getting the message, how are you seen from the eyes of your spirit guides? This was also a channeled message that came to me. I was going to do this one a little bit earlier on, but I had a couple that came to me that I had to do prior to this one, and that was including Who Are You and the Channel Daily Dice that was posted on the 11th. So if you haven't checked out those videos and feel called to do so, definitely give those a listen. And also, just really quickly, I am going to be moving to a new location soon, and I'll be on the road, so I am working to ensure that you are going to be getting your content. So just wanted to put that out there. So if there is a lag in content, that is why. It's because I'm on the road, but right now I am currently working so that does not happen. However, life is always going to keep lifing, and I am just giving you the heads up. I will also keep you posted on the community tab. So let's hop to your prayer, and we'll go ahead and get this reading underway. All right. My beloved source, this prayer is for any and all who come onto this channel, whether it's for a moment's time or for the entire time. The collective's definitely been feeling a lot of energy. There's a lot of ups, and there's a lot of downs, and there's a lot of uncontrollable circumstances that have been seemingly hitting us from all angles. And it's difficult to know that we're making the right choices sometimes when it feels like it's a never-ending onslaught of problems, issues, low vibrational energies. And today I ask that you light the path for us, to remind us that no matter what decision that we make and no matter what path we choose to take, that it is inevitably the right path for us, even if at moments it might feel as though it is wrong. That means there's lessons to learn, or there's information to obtain, and that is never a bad thing. Even though it might feel like it in the moment, it's actually all for our higher good, and that it will help us in the long run as we continue to traverse forward on this sometimes harrowing journey. We know that it is worth it, though. We know that we came here to learn these lessons, that we came here to experience this life. And today I ask that you help us find the path of least resistance that helps ease that tension that seems to be closing in on us from every angle. I ask that you surround us in your loving light, the white light, the golden light, and the pink light of loving, healing, and guidance, so that we can hear, understand, and heal in the way that is going to best align us with our highest good. Right now, for those that need it, I ask that you surround them in your loving light and give them that extra attention, give them that extra love, because we've all been there. We've all been in moments of struggle and sorrow and hurt and pain. And I ask that you show these individuals that they are never alone, that they too have that guidance and love and support from the divine realm. And for anyone else who might need that extra love, be that guiding hand for them. As these words are spoken upon this tribe and onto this reading, So shall they be. Amen. Aho. Ase. Thank you, thank you, thank you, my beloved source. Thank you. So let me go ahead and get this set up over here. Open the window a little bit more. Okay, there we go. All right, we're going to be using the Soul Coaching Oracle cards by Denise Lynn today. Really felt called to these. I shuffled, and of course we got the card, the image that's on both the box and the guidebook. So definitely already starting with synchronicity. But let's get into it and find out, how are you seeing through the eyes of your spirit guides? So spirit guides and my fellow humans, how are my fellow humans seen through your eyes? How are you seen through the eyes of your spirit guides? What oracle cards are going to help us better understand this message today? Spirit guides of highest light and love, how are my fellow humans seen through your eyes? How are my fellow humans seen through your eyes? How are you seen through the eyes of your spirit guides? Okay, thank you. How are you seen through the eyes of your spirit guides? Love showing up on the bottom of the deck, and I feel like it wants to be seen. Also, I get an Alice in Wonderland feel from the dress that she's wearing here, and with the red heart on her chest, you know, like the Queen of Hearts energy, showing it's like you're gonna deal with difficult situations, but you'll always be so loved. We also have the number 33 on this card, which is super synchronistic, because for me, the number 33, while it is a master number of creation, for me personally, it's always been the number that my guides are with me. They are here giving me the information, the downloads, the guidance that I need. And so for this reading to come out in this way, already starting, this is very synchronistic. So as a collective message, and I will get the collective message when we get into it, but I felt like this needed to be said right now. They see you as this beautiful, delicate soul that is so much more powerful than you realize, that has the ability to protect yourself, but also when you call upon them, they will help you weather the storm. They will help you get through any difficulties that might arise. All right, so for pile number 1, spirit guides of pile number 1, how do you see, how is pile number 1 seen through your eyes? How do you see pile number 1? Okay, it's this one right here. Thank you. For pile number 2, how are you seen through the eyes of your spirit guides? So spirit guides of pile number 2, how do you see pile number 2? Thank you. Whoa, sliding in, and it even changed. So there must be a reason for that. So I'm gonna leave the change, because I think it was Venus originally that came out, but for it to change right now, we're just gonna leave it. So spirit guides of pile number 3, how do you see pile number 3 through your eyes? Whoa, thank you. These cards flipping out like nobody's business. On the bottom of the deck, acceptance. Oh, I love this message so much. We got love and acceptance. So let's just quick back to love, what we were hearing with the love message, right? Like, you are so loved, you are so supported, you are so accepted, you are so seen. The number 2, you're living in a very dualistic world, right? There's a lot of contrast in this realm. There's a lot of ups, there's a lot of downs, there's a lot of twists, there's a lot of turns. There's some moments when you're climbing these mountains that seem insurmountable, and then there are times when you're like flying down the other side, your arms sticking out of the cart, and you're screaming your head off like, yeah, this is awesome. And every moment, every step of the way, they are with you, and they're reminding you just how truly amazing you are as a person, as a soul, as a light that is here to express yourself as you are. And if we accept you unconditionally, it is in your best interest to find a way to learn to accept yourself unconditionally. You are seen as magnificent through the eyes of your spirit guides. They absolutely admire, love, and are inspired by you in so many ways, and they are there to be your support system. It's like, I like the shape of this boat, and I like the way that it's showing up here, because you can't see the back of it. So it's like you're at the, is this called the bow? I think it's called the bow. I don't know. I'm not very good with ship and boat terms, but I think it's like you're at the bow of the ship and you can't see the back of the ship or the back of the boat here. And it's like, because they're the ones that are helping to steer, and you just falling into the path that's been carved out for you. Okay, and trusting in the process and having faith that they're by your side is going to serve you and your highest good right now. But you see this, the stars, right? Reach for the stars, knowing that you're going to land among the clouds, or reach for, you know, what seems impossible, knowing that even if you don't attain that in this lifetime, if you keep striving for that, if you keep moving towards that, you are going to get somewhere absolutely phenomenal. But they love you, they accept you, they see you, they admire you, and they want you to know that you are so, I cannot say so enough here, important, especially to them. They chose you for a reason, right? It's not like they got stuck with you. That's not how they feel at all. They chose to be your guides. And they feel so honored to be your guides in this lifetime. So let's check out what acceptance says. Oh, I love this energy so much. Acceptance number 2 says, acceptance is a sacred act of power. Accept your light. Embrace all parts of yourself. Allow yourself to receive the gifts of the universe. You're worthy of these blessings and so much more. At times it may be difficult to fully accept yourself exactly as you are, yet when you don't, you deny the divine part of you, your soul. In truth, every experience that you've had, even the ones that you thought weren't good, allowed you to advance on your spiritual path. Oh my gosh, didn't we say that in the prayer too? Wow, what a synchronicity to come through. Oh my gosh, I love that. There were no wrong experiences, and I said that in the prayer. What? Oh my gosh. And they're coming through like, we got you, we got your back, don't worry. Everything that has occurred in your life has been part of a divine plan for your spiritual development as a soul. If only you could see yourself as those in the spirit realm do, you'd know how remarkable and wondrous you are. As you increase your acceptance, you'll help others love and unconditionally be at peace with themselves. And the more you accept yourself, the more fulfillment you will experience. Your affirmation is, I unconditionally accept, cherish, and love myself just as I am. Oh, what a beautiful message. I love that as the collective message for you so much. I'm just so happy that that came through. Oh, I knew this was going to be such a powerful reading. I'm super excited to see what comes up for you. Ah, what a beautiful collective message. Thank you, spirit guides. Thank you for bringing your love like always. I just love hanging out with my spirit guides. Sometimes I never want to leave the spirit realm, and I have to, because we have to live life, right? We can't just live in the spirit realm while we're here to experience this life. But so if you're like that too, like, I get it. I get it. Sometimes I just want to hang out with them and be with them all the time. So, but they really do love us, and it's absolutely beautiful. Okay, so for pile number 1, we have this dice with Mercury on it for you to choose from. We also have this piece of green aventurine. For pile number 2, we have this dice with the 5th house on it. We have this yellow jade for you to choose from. Okay, and pile 3. Now, pile 3, if you're just catching the pick to pick your pile, this was originally on Venus, but through the shuffle, it got switched over to Uranus for some reason. So I'm leaving it at Uranus, but just so you know, it was essentially when we started on Venus. Okay. Or we have this gemstone, which is rhodochrosonite. So pile 1, pile 2, and pile 3, and whichever pile you feel drawn to, that should be the pile for you, and I will see you over there. Hello, my fellow human. If you were drawn to this dice with Mercury on it, or if you were drawn to this piece of green aventurine, or if you were drawn to this card during the shuffle, then this is going to be your reading on how are you seen through the eyes of your spirit guides. First, I would like to say thank you to anyone and everyone that continues to be a supportive part of this journey with me. I'm truly honored to be sharing this time and space with you. And for those of you new here, welcome. This is a reminder that we're all here sharing this human experience together, and that this is a safe space to show up as your highest, most aligned, loving, authentic selves. We do things completely differently here on this channel, so with that in mind, if it happens to resonate along the way, it would mean the world to me if you were to like, comment, and subscribe. So with that, let's go ahead and hop to it and find out for pile number 1, spirit guides of pile number 1. How do you see pile number 1? So pile number 1, how are you seen through the eyes of your spirit guide? Spirit guides of pile number 1, how do you see pile number 1? What would you like to share with us today? Okay. So we've got the second house. Oh, I love this already. We've got Aquarius energy and we've got Saturn coming through. They see you as so worthy of so many things. Good eats, good treats, and good experiences coming in. I don't know why that was coming through, but that's what came through, so we're going to go with it. They just see you as so worthy and so beautiful and attractive and magnetic. And they're so happy that they get to serve you through this life. They see you as someone who is far more attractive than you realize. And maybe you've had a hard time with body image or just accepting yourself as you are, or feeling like maybe there was parts of yourself that had too many edges or had too many flaws. And that's been a struggle, I feel like, especially with Saturn showing up in the second house here. I do feel like that's something that might have really weighed on you. It's like, I know I'm this great person. I know I have this beautiful soul, but it's the package that I come in. And I feel like you've very harshly judged your package. And they're wanting you to know that the package you came in is perfect for who you are. And that they would never ever ask you to be anybody other than what you are in this moment, because they see you as the greatest person in existence. And they know that you are capable of so much. And they see you struggling at times and struggling to overcome some of these blockages and overcome some of these road these road obstacles, right? The path obstacles that are coming in. They also see you as this person who, even though maybe you have, like, there's body dysmorphia that's coming through, there's just lack of self-confidence that's coming in, there's seeing oneself and not seeing clearly exactly who you are, like you're just really harsh on yourself. But despite all of that, they still see you going out and being super friendly with other people. It's like you might be faking confidence when you're out and about, but they're happy that you're doing that, because it's like fake it until you make it, and reminding yourself on the daily that you are beautiful, you are handsome, you are imperfectly perfect, and you're not meant to be, look, or have other things going on with you. That right now, as you stand, if you were to strip down all your clothes and stand naked in front of a mirror, can you love the person that's staring back at you? Can you turn every which way and stop judging those imperfections that you see, those flaws that you see? Because you, as that package, is exactly what you are meant to be, and for them is absolutely stunning, is absolutely marvelous, and absolutely wonderful. They also see you as someone who's incredibly creative. You often don't let people see those parts of you. You do not share those vulnerabilities very often. In fact, if ever. There are not very many people who have ever seen you be really harsh towards yourself or be down on yourself. And maybe a lot of people have said how good looking you are, how beautiful you are, how handsome you are. And you're always incredibly appreciative of that. But then you go home and it's like, even though you've gotten all of those compliments, it's really challenging for you to believe that. Or there's these thoughts, if they only knew what's behind closed doors, or if they only knew what was underneath the clothing, they wouldn't say those things. But the truth is, pile one, is that they would. And your guides know that. Your guides are aware of that. Like, there's nothing that, when people say that you're handsome, or people say that you're beautiful, or people say that you're good looking, they mean as an entirety. It's not just your face, it's not your eyes, it's not your hands, it's not one part of you or a few parts of you, it's the whole being that you are. And it's because your energy is so powerful that without realizing it, you impact others in a profound way. You actually change people's lives just by being you and moving around the way that you do, by coming into contact. They don't even have to have conversations with you. And so your spirit guides see this magnificent soul and this magnificent light that you are emitting, and how much you impact others. And it leaves them absolutely breathless, because it is so incredible, and they only wish that you could love yourself as deeply as they love you as well. But they also understand that being in this world and having gone through the challenges, the very specific challenges that you have, they also understand why it's such a weight on your mind. And I feel like for them to bring that up with the dice reading here, they're saying, give it to us. Give it to us. Let us help you transmute that energy into something far more positive for you, so that you too can see your worth. And in seeing your worth, begin to really magnetize the manifestations that you want to see in your life. So today I am going to be using the Osho Zen Tarot. I felt called to using this one today. So spirit guides of pile number 1. How do you see pile number 1 through your eyes? Super intuitive. You're always receiving the messages. I also feel like you're very much a channel for others, and it's easy for you to receive channels for others and to know how to help others find their path. But for you, it's hard for you to receive those channeled messages for yourself, because at times you're not believing the messages that are coming through, especially when they're so wrapped in love. So this could be because you're fighting those childhood wounds of feeling abandoned, feeling unlovable, feeling like you didn't matter, you were pushed aside or invalidated as a child. And your spirit guides are saying, we understand how difficult that is, and no, you never deserved any of that. It was a part of the journey that you chose when you came here, but through that, we never wanted you to stop loving yourself the way that you do when you are in soul form. So what's it going to take for you to begin loving yourself deeply? Oh, they want them this way. Okay. And I feel like I don't often do 4-card readings, but I do feel like I want to get 4 cards today, okay? So, spirit guides, pile number 1. How do you see pile 1 through your eyes? I cannot make this up. The card that flips over is the Magician card, Magician energy, but we have existence. What was I saying too, before I get your next card, what was I saying? If you strip down and look at yourself in the mirror, can you accept yourself as you are? She's sitting atop of this leaf, absolutely naked, in her most vulnerable state, existing as she is. Right? And so that's that energy. It's like they want you to understand just how precious your existence is and how precious the soul is that animates this existence in this time. Right? Your body means it's the house upon which your soul is in this world, because our soul, it's not really within our body, it's more kind of like all around our body. And so remembering that, but it's like without this body, you're still your soul. And that's the part of you, when you learn to love that part of you, the rest of everything else gets to be magnified through those eyes of love. Possibilities with the 2 of Wands. Seeing it from a higher perspective. 1 and 2, right next to each other. 1 and 2, making these small steps to seeing yourself as that. We have the 2 of Swords on the bottom of the deck. Interesting. Schizophrenia, right? Look at this little fuzzball that came in. Random, it just blew in. I didn't have it on my hand or anything, just blew in. I have dogs, so fuzzballs are everywhere. They oftentimes come from, they have this blanket. I don't know, like, why, when I lived with my ex, we always used to call them the Mexican blankets. They're not the ones that are woven blankets. They're the other ones, the really heavy, like soft blankets that one side stays really, really soft and the other side kind of gets all matted, but they have a design on them or a picture or, you know, a scenery on them. I don't know. I don't actually know the name of that particular blanket. I just learned to call them Mexican blankets because that's what my ex and his entire family called them. And he was from Mexico, so I didn't ever question it. So I don't know if you know the particular name of that, but anyways, I'm saying like that warm energy that comes from those blankets are actually incredibly warm. And it's interesting that they want me to talk about that right now, because it's like you're not seeing just how warm and inviting you are. Like, people aren't judging you based on your looks. And if people are judging you based on your looks, those are not the people for you. Those are not people who are meant to be in your lives. Those are like the fly-by-nights where you're using your discernment to move on from those individuals. But there's a lot going on internally within your mind. And so when they're looking at you and they're seeing you struggling with this part of yourself, and it doesn't necessarily have to be your physical body. It could just be like you don't think that you're good enough, or you don't think you're talented enough or skilled enough. But I do get really, really strong, a strong energy of the physical body here. Okay, so take it as it resonates, but they're seeing you struggling that here with the 2 of Swords energy. And it's something that they want to help you overcome, but also there's maybe a guilt factor here. Like, why should I give my spirit guides this simple thing when I'm the one that should be doing it? And they're saying, that's what we're here for. We love you so much. We don't even care if it's moving a tiny little pebble out of the way so you don't trip. That's what we're here for. We will do that for you 1,000 times over, 1,000,000 times over, an infinite amount of times over, Pile 1. We want you to trust us. We want you to rely on us. We want you to talk to us like we're your friends, because we are. We are your best friends. We are your family. We're your lovers. We're your support team. We're your everything, because you are our everything. Oh, they're so, just the love they have for you is so deep. I love spirit guides. I really do love spirit guides so much. Creativity with number 3. This is the Empress energy. And I love this confirmation with the Queen of Wands and sharing energy. You are absolutely a work of art in this world. People are stunned by you. Even people who want to judge you, they have a hard time judging you because they are left completely stunned, shocked, speechless when they meet you. They're like, whoa, I never knew a person like Pile 1 ever existed, because it is so much more than your physical person. People get blasted with your soul energy, Pile 1. They are like bowled over. Even people who are in low vibrational energy, like, whew, what was that? And your spirit guides are like, that was a run by spiritual encounter. Oh, your spirit guides are funny. Oh, you should connect with them more. I feel like they would really make you laugh. If you don't already connect with them, I do feel like they make you laugh if you do. They are really silly. You do not see how abundant you are, and that's what they see when they look at you. They just, like, you're their baby, right? And that sounds so weird, but that's how they see you. Like, oh, you're this precious little baby that we want to always protect, but they also want to set you up for success. They don't want to over coddle you. They don't want to overprotect you. They don't want it to be like you're smothered or that you've been given too much freedom. They want you to be set up for success. So they'll always be the guiding light for you. Like, if you're the one that needs to figure out the solution, but you're asking them for help, they're going to help you get to that solution, right? They're not going to give it to you, but they're going to help you get there. They're going to be the guiding hand for you. But with both the Empress and the Queen of Wands here, you are a gift to existence. Literally, you are a gift. You are a walking angel. You're a walking, talking, breathing expansion of source love. People like you are rare and few and far in between. And that's why your spiritual team wants you to love and accept and appreciate yourself as you are, because if you are struggling with that, that's when you're really feeling it from the outside world. And they want you to remember just how incredibly powerful you are. They see you as this nurturer. They see you as this powerful individual. They see you as this gift to existence. They see you as being able to create all of the possibilities that you want in your life. But they also see how much you struggle in the mind, how much you doubt yourself, how much you question yourself, how much you're over here saying, like, there are other people who are more capable than me. There are other people who are better than me. There are other people who have more talent than I have. And they're saying you were given this burden because you are the only person who can carry it. And it's not, I mean, a burden maybe is a rough, harsh word, but that's what they're trying to show here. It's like, this was the life you were given. This is the gift you were given. This is the talent you were given, because you're the only person who can put forth the effort and create it in the way that you're going to create it. So they want you to lean into this positive self-image and let go of the struggles that you've been having with seeing yourself in a loving way. All right, let's see. What else would you like to tell pile number 1, spirit guides? Okay. On the bottom, we have Mars and Sagittarius with domination. This feels like a lot of struggle here. But I also feel like these two guys on this card, they look like the same person fighting. But again, what is it with the nudity, right? Like, thankfully, this is not like one of those cards like, oh, I gotta cover it up. But it's just this energy of that vulnerability, right? So there's definitely, again, coming back to that confirmation of the body, the self-image that you have. right? Not realizing how connected you are, how holy you are, how you've been given access to information and wisdom that no one else has. You're over here comparing yourself to others, and they don't want you to do that. It's a very aggressive energy, but it has to do with the mind. It has to do with the mind, and we see it attacking your ability to share that wisdom with others. The Sagittarius, being the teacher, being the spiritual leader that you are, being the one that is able to help others find the path. However you choose to go about that, it doesn't matter. What they're showing here is that they're realizing you're struggling with that because of the dominating thoughts, okay? Because of the overwhelming energy that comes from the mind. And then it's interesting because we have Saturn in Pisces with loss underneath that. So there's definitely a hardship that's traveling along with that energy. And they want you to come back to this truth that you are and will always be everything and have everything that you need, right? Magician energy, to create the life that you desire. And I know that sometimes it's a challenge, pile one, but they just want you to know how much they love you and admire you. We have conjunction energy, a union, a merging, a coming together, right? They are always with you. They are seeing you merging with your higher self. They are your everything, your lover, your best friend, your mother, your father, your child, your source, your spirit, your soul, you, whatever it is that you want to see it as. They're everything for you, and they're trying to bring this conjunction energy into your life, this coming together. The more you come together with them, come together right now over me. Dun, dun, dun. Okay, Beatles. Right? Yeah, come together. Right? We want you to come to us. We want you to rely on us. They do not want you to keep questioning yourself or having to feel like you have to carry it alone, because they never intended for that. How else do you see pile number one? Spirit guides of pile number one. Whoa, I feel like it's this one. Yeah, that's the one. On the bottom, yeah, we have wisdom in play. Our intuition knows more than we do. And look at how she has this cover over her eyes, right? So there's this energy of balancing things out. This gives me temperance energy right here. Blending the shadow and the light. Finding that equilibrium between two opposites. Finding that healing. That deeper truth, which is also Sagittarius energy. Temperance is. But we have our intuition knows more than we do, right? You're not seeing clearly yourself, right? You're not seeing yourself the way they see you. And that's the message today, is really focusing on loving and accepting yourself, which if you didn't catch the shuffle and the collective message, you might resonate with that if you feel called to watch that. They're both time-stamped down below. But there was two cards that came out today, one right before the shuffle and then the collective message. And it was very, very powerful. Yeah, and this is why we have thief energy here. It says the light attributes is sheds light on the potential wealth within you that can never be stolen. And the shadow is stealing money, creative ideas, affection, or other powers you think you lack. So again, coming back to, no, you might not be stealing everybody else's ideas or any of that, but you think you lack something here because someone at some point has stolen something from you, whether that was ideas, whether that was love, whether that was energy, time, whatever it was. And that's making you feel like you're unable to do these things, but your life isn't in that energy any longer. And so your spirit guides are reminding you to step into your power here. Why? Because things are speeding up. We got a lot of twos coming in for you. 2, 2, 2, 2. 4 twos in a row mean that you are highly connected to divine energy. Believe in yourself, okay, and have faith. Life is speeding up, so things are going to start moving very quickly for you, and they want you to be prepared, because there's going to be a lot of people who approach you in various different ways because of your energy. But remembering to be grounded in yourself and to have faith that you're being put exactly where you need to be at exactly the right time. We have perseverance that flipped over here. I know that I can do whatever I set my mind to. Exactly. Reminding you, you can persevere over this Two of Swords energy here. You can let go of those negative thoughts. You can choose to see yourself in a different way. We have service. I feel good when I can help others. Yeah, you're absolutely meant to do something for others in the world. Like, there's a very powerful energy coming through. You're meant to help people, to heal people, to lead people, to guide people, to teach people, to serve people. Okay, so there's a lot that's coming through here, but you're meant to give something back. And there's no need to compare yourself. It's not about being arrogant. It's just remembering that there is and has and ever will only be one of you, pile one. There will never be another you in existence, and there has never been a you in existence. And that in and of itself is incredibly powerful. But there's a lot of fear that's coming out, and they see that. They recognize your fear. They recognize going through into the unknown is scary, because the unknown maybe hasn't been nice to you through your life. There's hardships that have come with stepping into the unknown, and they're aware of that, but they don't want you to fear that anymore. All you got to do is lean on them, right? When you're down, I'll be the, what is that song? That you carry on. Just call on me, brother, when you need a friend. 'Cause we all need somebody to lean on, right? Yeah, lean on me. That's what they're saying here. Lean on me. We all need that friend. You need that friend, and we're here for you. And we can't do it for you. We have to it's free will, right? Our spirit guides, our angels, our ancestors, they're not just going to do things for us if we don't ask them to. We have to give them that invitation, okay? Refocus with 666. Refocus to find balance between your material and spiritual aspects of life. Stop putting too much emphasis on material things. Again, confirmation of the physical. Something physically here that's giving you a lot of strife, a lot of anxiety. Okay, it could be the body, it could be money, it could be just whatever it is physically that's giving you that strife. We also have the number 6, which is all about resolution, balance, harmony, solutions. But for me, it's mainly about seeing yourself through eyes of unconditional love. And I love that confirmation coming in for you. Let's see what else we've got. I have to check this card off the camera to make sure it's camera appropriate. Yeah, look at that. We've got Jupiter in Sagittarius and its home rule principle. Okay, this is about coming back home. Right? Again, you're some sort of leader here, right? With the Pope's hat. You're meant to lead. This balance energy, though, this balance between receiving and giving is coming in and seeing things very clearly. But a fear, again, of walking through the gate. Look at that. They look almost identical, these gates, right? This fear. You don't see what's on the other side and not knowing how to get there. But trusting that they're not going to lead you wrong, that you will get to where you're supposed to go. Okay? Oh, wow. Trine, angelic support, harmony, and perfect flow. We're here for you. All you need to do is ask, and we'll be there. No matter what, we will show up. Nothing on earth, in the spirit realm, no amount of anything that we can even imagine will ever stop them from coming to your side. They are always with you. Broken dreams. Only you can accept or reject your dreams. Okay, so only you can accept or reject yourself. You can't wait for everyone and their mom to accept you and then, oh, okay, then I'll accept myself. You have to do that first. You have to see yourself first. But again, what I was feeling earlier, it's like when you stand in the mirror, you're seeing only the flaws, only the edges, right? The broken mirror. Come away from that energy and come back to that centered, grounded place of recognizing that you're imperfectly perfect, and that's exactly how everybody is. You're not alone in that. Gossip. Worrying about the gossip awakens consideration for the feelings of others and honoring trust. The shadow thrives on the power of passing on private or secret information, betraying confidences. So you may be worried that what people are saying about you to other people. And you're not seeing the fact that most people, when they have something to say about you, or they're like gossiping, if you will, it's not actual gossip. They're actually praising you and they're saying really good things about you, but there's a fear of being seen by others, because what are they going to say? What are they going to do? Like, how do they see me? Do they see all my flaws the way I do too? You have been gossiped about in the past, but not anymore. It's not about that anymore because you've healed so much. But seeing yourself as a whole, complete being takes you to that next level. Sometimes life stings. They're being very clear. You've been through it. You've been through it. They understand why you're struggling with this. Okay, again, it could be because of gossip is why you're struggling with this. Sometimes life is incredibly difficult, but you are not alone, and that's what they're saying. They're very much in this energy of honoring and validating what you've been through, while also reminding you that we're here with a supporting hand. We're here with the help that you need. You're a magic individual. They see you as so magical. When you're on your game, it's absolute magic to watch. Oh, I love that. Oh my goodness. What? We have 000 divine guidance. You're receiving guidance and protection from the universe. Trust in the divine plan for your life. You are so connected. You are not, like, I feel like you question your abilities or your gifts, and they're saying don't question them anymore. You are so connected. Like, there may be times when you're like, so like the example they're giving me, like if you do divination, okay, it could be tarot, it could be anything, right? You could just do divination, you could do palm reading, you could be a psychic and giving people guidance, you could be a dream analysis, or you know, whatever it is, a psychic medium, anything, but it could be something that's psychic gifts, a psychic gift. This is just the example they're giving me. You're always comparing yourself to someone else that you see that you think is better than you, that you think has something more than you have, but you're not recognizing that you have a gift that's meant to be seen by the world too. Maybe that person does as well, but that's their journey to figure out on their own. It's for you to accept and love and embody the power that comes from knowing that you also have a right to be seen for that gift. And it could be a talent, could be some sort of skill that you have, whatever it is. The same thing applies. So let's take a look at your card. I'm going to read this from the book. Commitment with number 10. A challenge, right? Sometimes life is a challenge. Sometimes life stings. Sometimes it's this mountain to climb, but you're the only person that can climb it. Commitment. Number 10. Recommit to yourself. Recommit to your path. Ooh, I love this. Okay. It says, this is the time to make the commitment, so stand tall. Don't hesitate and give your word. Keep your promise. And your word becomes law in the universe. Making a commitment is taking a stand. It's declaring to yourself and the universe that you're unwilling to settle for less than excellence. It means that you keep your word, especially to yourself. Fear of doing this, because you might fail, sends a message to your subconscious mind that you are a failure. Of course, there's always the possibility that you might not succeed, but to hesitate because of fear, instead of forging forward, keeps joy and freedom at bay. So decide now. Any decision is better than none at all. The most important promises that you make are to yourself. Forgive yourself when you don't honor your word, and then, without shame, recommit to yourself with passion and gusto. And I feel like this is that reminder that they're also incredibly committed to you, and they want to see you close out those cycles that aren't serving you. They want to see you bear the fruits of your effort, right? They're cheering you on. Your spirit guides are very much your biggest cheerleaders in life. They are on the sidelines making the most noise. So your affirmation, and for you, if you feel like this is your message, leave the little mountain emoji down below and write this affirmation. My commitments increase my joy and freedom. Okay, so this is what I see here for you, pile one. What a phenomenal reading. I'm truly honored I got to connect with you in this way. I'm going to go ahead and leave that here. And I would like to say that if it did resonate with you, take this moment to like, comment, and subscribe. Also, if you're interested in supporting the channel further, you'll find everything you need in the description box to do so. And I would like to thank your spirit guides, your messengers, your angel source, and my spirit guides for coming together to give us this very powerful message. With that being said, until next time, pile one, stay human. Bye. Hello, my fellow human. If you were drawn to this dice with the 5th house on it, if you were drawn to this piece of yellow jasper, or if you were drawn to this card during the shuffle, this is going to be a reading on how are you seen through the eyes of your spirit guides. First, I would like to say thank you to anyone and everyone that continues to be a supportive part of this journey with me. I am truly honored to be sharing this time and this space with you. And if you're new here, welcome. This is that reminder that we're all here sharing this human experience together, and that this is a safe space to show up as your highest, most aligned, loving, authentic self. We do things completely differently here. And with that being said, if the message does resonate with you, it would mean the world to me if you were to like, comment, and subscribe below. So we're going to go ahead and get into it. First, I did have a channeled message for you that was coming through while I was getting ready for you, pile two. And that was that your spirit guides see you as the ultimate companion, is like the best friend, the person that has got everyone's back, and the social butterfly came through. Like, you make friends with everybody, and you just wander around life and you never meet a stranger. And it's something that's very cool that they really like about you, but they were making it very clear when I was getting prepped for your pile. It was coming through very strongly. So we're going to start with that. Whoa, okay. And then we're going to see what comes out in the reading itself. So spirit guides of pile number 2, how do you see them through your eyes? What would you like to share with us today? Spirit guides, how do you see pile number 2 through your eyes? What would you like to share today? Spirit guides of pile number 2, how do you see them through your eyes? I feel like Saturn came back out in the dice. It flipped over here and it was up, and I put it back in. Wow. Okay, so we've got the 4th house. We've got Virgo energy, and we've got Saturn. They see you as able to heal any difficulty that you've been through with time, patience, effort, consistency, and discipline, and a bit of organization as well. And that no matter how much you heal, like, you're always humble. You're not out here like, oh, I'm the biggest, baddest BA around because I've healed so much. You're just like, wow, like, healing has taught me so many things about myself, and it's taught me so much about other people, and it's taught me how to show up and be kind and genuine and generous to other people as well. You have a loving heart, which totally makes sense with what they were saying. Like, you're the ultimate companion. You're the best friend. And I feel like you give everybody that best friend energy. I feel like when you've never met a stranger, because that's how you approach it, strangers who meet you have also this energy that they feel like they've known you for forever. There may have been a lot of people in your life that are like, I feel like I know you from somewhere, or like I've known you for a really long time. And it's because you really are in this place of never having met a stranger. Of course, some of these individuals could be from your soul tribe or from past life experiences, absolutely. But I even feel like you connecting with new souls, people you've never met in prior lives, also feel this very familiar energy about you. And it's because there's this underlying belief, like, I know no stranger. And you're always seeing everyone as on equal ground, and you're seeing everyone as having experienced hardships in their lives, and that if there's nothing else that we can find in common, we can all experience our suffering as a common ground and heal from that together. And they love how humble and kind you are, that you're never coming from the ego. And even if you do come from the ego, which is very human of all of us, pile 2, like, you are still very aware when that's happening. And so you're not projecting that out onto other people. Even if it happens where you might slip up and project that, like, it's still an opportunity for you to do further healing, for you to observe more about yourself and to go within. You have this very young and energetic aura about you, while also maintaining an edge in being an old soul. It's almost like the age of your soul has helped revert you back to really tapping into the inner child. I was also getting very heavy Leo energy at the beginning of this, and I know we don't have Leo on the dice. Doesn't mean it won't show up in the reading, but I did want to point out that this could be very much especially true for someone that has Leo highly aspect in their chart, has Saturn in Leo, the 4th house in Leo, or has Leo, Sun, Moon, Rising, or Venus, okay? Now, if that's not you, that's okay. It doesn't mean this isn't your message. That was just another channel that was coming. Wow, I had the hiccups coming through for someone. Yeah, they see you as someone that's almost like the mother. You're the mother of the world, and it doesn't matter your gender or non-binary, whatever. None of that really matters, but you have this essence of being the nurturer, of being the caregiver, of taking care of people and giving selflessly to so many people. And they see that and they love that about you, but they also, there's a warning that's coming with that to make sure that you don't overgive, because overgiving is something that does disconnect you and it makes you feel exceedingly tired. And they want to remind you that it is okay not to give 1,000,000% of yourself and not give to yourself. Like, it's important, 1,000,000% of yourself while not giving to yourself. They want you to make sure that you are giving back to yourself. So I'm going to be using the Osho Zen Tarot today. We're going to find out some more here. So spirit guides of pile number 2, how do you see them through your eyes? You're ripe for harvest. You're a very abundant person, very grounded and like capable of manifesting whatever it is that you want. Even if you find yourself struggling with manifestation, you're actually manifesting other things without realizing it, and they're good experiences. Sometimes they might be difficult experiences as well, but your essence is innocent and you're doing it all for your highest good, because you recognize that you no longer need to be a caged soul, that you get to free yourself, and in freeing yourself you naturally are helping others to free themselves. So how do you see pile number 2, spirit guides of pile number 2? Spirit guides of pile number 2, how do you see pile number 2 through your eyes? How do you see pile number 2 through your eyes? Yeah, incredibly capable of integrating so much, this wisdom that you're constantly getting. And also with the hermit energy and aloneness, you're also someone who thrives at times in solitude. Like, you're gathering your energy, you're reconnecting with yourself, you're able to recharge in that aloneness, and remembering that that is also a very conducive way to re-energize your soul when you're getting overwhelmed or feeling disconnected. Go and find time and space by yourself, okay? Okay, so I feel like these two, I wasn't going to do 5 cards. I was going to do 4 today, but I feel like that's a this is clarifying this card. I can talk today, I promise. We have the Pope energy here with the no thingness. You make space for everybody. You are non-judgmental. You are non-critical, non-criticizing. You take things at face value, but you're also come to this place where it's just not worth your energy, your time, your effort to judge others harshly for the way that they show up. It's like, if it's not in resonance with you, you're like, oh, okay, well, that's where they're coming from, so I'm going to go ahead and move on over here. And they love this. They love that you're just leaving space for people to be who they are. You're not trying to control them. You're not trying to make them commit to something. You're not trying to convince them that you're right, that they're wrong, that you're wrong, that they're right. Like, you just literally observe them as they are. And then you make decisions according to that. And that's part of that integration. You're not projecting your fears or your worries or your beliefs or your thoughts onto others. And it's okay for us to share those things, right? It's okay for us to share those with others, but we have to also mind ourselves that, are we sharing this because we want to share it, we feel safe in sharing it, or are we sharing this with the hope that I'm gonna get something from this? And I feel like you've learned the difference between the two, and that's something that your spirit guides see about you and they admire so much. And that's why you're everybody's best friend, why you know no stranger, because even if someone's done something that's terrible that so many people would judge, or like if people are judging based on appearance, you're going to be the first person that approaches that person and says, hey, what's up? You know, I'm pile number 2, and who are you, or how are you doing? You're not judging them, and it might take a lot of people off guard because they've been so judged, or people have said some really bad things to them. Or you might find out that someone spent a lot of their life in prison for something that other people would label, oh, well, I could never talk to this person because they were in prison. They're a bad person. That makes them an awful person in my eyes, and they deserve whatever hell their life turns into. Excuse the expression, but it just came out before I could even catch it. And you're over here saying, like, hey, what's your story? Like, who are you? And you're getting to know them. And there's a lot about you where you actually surprise other people. And you might have very unique friends as well. Also, a lot of heavy Aquarius energy coming in, where it's like you just do things so differently. You're kind of the oddball out, but it's so refreshing. And I feel like that's how your spirit guides see you, as a breath of fresh air. Oh, the world needed you, Pile 2. The world needed someone who was non-judgmental and willing to do the things that everyone else was so afraid to do when it came to interacting with, talking to, and accepting other people. And I feel like part of that comes from because you're so accepting of yourself. Yeah, postponement with the 4 of Swords here. This is energy of peer pressure. Right? You're on the outside looking in. It's you're not pressured by what other people are thinking. So like if someone, and this is extreme, and please just understand they're using an extreme example here to show just how profound of an energy that you're in, Pile 2. I would say like someone murdered someone and you got a chance to talk to them. Like you wouldn't judge them based on the fact that they murdered someone until you got to know this person as a person, aside from what they'd been judged for. And again, this is an incredibly extreme example, so please take it with a grain of salt. But they're trying to show that there's this essence about you where it's like, people are going to make bad decisions in life. All of us have made mistakes. All of us have made bad decisions. Does that make us an inherently bad person? No, right? In fact, someone could have made probably one of the worst decisions of their lives and they paid dearly for it. But does that make them a terrible person? No. But does it make them a judged person? Many times, yes. And I feel like you're the one person that doesn't judge them so harshly on that. And that's why your spirit guides are talking about this, because this is what they see. And this is something that they really, really love about you. And that's also another thing that's coming in. A face that only a mother would love. I'm sure we've all heard that expression. And if you haven't, it's just an expression, right? But that's the type of energy that you're giving here. It's like a face only a mother could love. Not you, but that's how you approach everybody. You're just coming from a place of love and acceptance. And it's a very rare type of place to come from because so many people are so harsh. Society has raised us to be so harsh towards one another that if someone is different than us, if someone looks different than us, if someone acts different, speaks differently, sees differently, all these things, if they're different, we have to treat them differently. And for you, that difference is almost a sense of excitement, like, oh, I get to learn something new. Like, what is it that makes this person tick? And I feel like you've met so many people and you have so many stories to share with people. It wouldn't surprise me if people in your group called you the storyteller or like the bard, right? Because you probably have so many stories about so many different people that you've connected with, and it's because you're so open to experiencing this life and just knowing like what is out there, what is the potential out there. And I do feel like it wouldn't surprise me, Pile 2, if you were like a journalist or some type of research or data analysis or something along those lines. That would not surprise me if that's something that you did for work, okay? Wow. Yeah, consciousness with the Ace of Swords. Yeah, so a lot of truth coming in here. You see a soul. You don't see the human, you see the soul. So you're naturally attracted to other people's souls. You're not out here judging on appearances. You're not out here judging people based on the shell that they have or the meat suit that they're walking around in or this body that's being animated by their soul. You're seeing the soul. So the actions that have been done in this physical world mean nothing compared to the soul, and that's what you're driven by, is finding out more about what's the soul that's ticking beneath the surface. And you're very consciously aware. In fact, it wouldn't surprise me if like in school maybe you saw somebody that was getting bullied or judged or mistreated. It wouldn't surprise me if you stood up and gave that person a voice, and then equally so in doing so you became friends with that person, or you were someone that was there for them. That's the type of energy that they're showing here. It's like you're in the darkness when everyone else is following peer pressure. You're the one that's reaching into the spaces that no one wants to look at and seeing something beautiful and unique, harmonious, and where you're able to resonate with or to connect with this individual or these people. Now I understand the message coming through, why you're the ultimate best friend. You don't judge a book by its cover. You get to know the meat of the story. Yes, with the Queen of Cups here, receptivity coming in. I love this confirmation. You are so kind, loving. You might have Cancer highly aspect in your chart. You might have the 11th house in Cancer, Uranus in Cancer as well. But there's this energy that is you being so open to everybody, right? Again, 4th house energy, Cancer, moon energy. You are an empath to the next level. Like, yes, you can tell what's going on with the human aspect, but you also know much deeper than that who this person is at the soul level. And while everyone else is so busy judging their actions or what they look like or who they are, or judging because other people are judging, none of that matters to you, and you just brush all that aside and you go straight in for the knowledge, the wisdom, the truth about this person. Possibilities with the 2 of Wands. Yeah, you know that you have a decision to make. You've always known that. You've always known that the decision was yours to make. Am I going to take action based on what everyone else is going to do? Or am I going to take action based on what my soul is telling me to do, what my heart is telling me to do? You see things with this eagle energy up here. You see things from a higher perspective. Again, while everyone is seeing the light, you're still flying so high that you're still seeing the sun just over the horizon, while everyone else is shrouded in blackness. And you're the light that's in the dark, and you've given so many people hope just by you being you and presenting this energy the way that you do. Whoa, I love this reading, Pile 2. I truly do. All right, so spirit guides of pile number 2. How do you see them through your eyes? Okay, so on the bottom we have, so we have Venus in Leo with affair. This is interesting. It's something, so when we think of affairs, right, when we think of people who've cheated, when people who are stepping out on their marriage, the general consensus is people immediately judge them. Oh, they're a terrible person, they get whatever they deserve, this, that, and the other. So the judgment is coming in, and I feel like this is confirmation to that, what I was feeling. Like you're looking above that, right, with the star up here. You're looking above that. You're seeing more than just this action, because nobody's asking what led up to that point. Everybody's saying, well, they should just know better. But when we start to tell people they should just know better, we're missing the fact that life happens, and life takes us on a myriad of twists and turns. And all of us have made terrible decisions based on the things that have come at us from all different directions. And no one wants to acknowledge or honor that. But I feel like you're the person that honors that. And that's how your spirit guides see you. Like, you're willing to honor the hard things. You're willing to look at a person's potential in the past that has led them to this moment, while not judging them based on that past, knowing that there's a lot of things that happened that made them choose that. But that doesn't make them an awful person, right? You're not in that judgmental energy. You're in that acceptance, that place of acceptance. And I feel like there's been a lot of difficult things that have happened to you, Pile 2. Like, you may have been cheated on. You may have been hurt in various ways. Yeah, but we have Pluto shift flying out of the deck while I'm saying this with transform. But you've somehow transmuted all that energy and allowed yourself to come back to your truest nature, which is acceptance of all as they are in this moment. Yes, there's going to be people you resonate with. No, yes, there's going to be people you don't resonate with, and that's okay. You're not going to be so stuck on the fact that, oh my gosh, this person doesn't like me. You're not worried about that. You're just moving on. The social butterfly with Mercury. Think, learn, network, and communicate. You are driven to really connect with people. And your spirit guides are totally here for it. They love it. They love that you see people the way you see them. They love that you are so accepting of people. They also love how you use and choose to practice your discernment in the world as well, because you're not using it as a way to project your fears or hurts or pains or sorrows onto other people. Rather, you're like a thief in the night. You leave quietly. You're not here to make a big imprint on people when they're doing something that doesn't resonate with them. You're just like, this is not the show I want to sit and watch. I'm just gonna go ahead and move on. And you move on. And that's what they love. And they would still love you even if you didn't do that, okay? But I feel like for you, Pile 2, this is something they really want to talk about and they want to acknowledge in this moment, right? So we're only looking into a little bit. This is only the tip of the iceberg for you, because we can only talk about so much in a reading, and that's what they're talking about here. We have 44. I can't. Light. Consciousness is the light, right? You're driven by a sense of feeling. You're not driven by what you're seeing with your physical eyes, how people are acting or what people are doing. You're driven by your consciousness and your soul. You're driven by what your heart is telling you. Again, consciousness in two different cards through two different decks. Right? You are very aware. You are a very enlightened soul as well. You've lived many, many lifetimes here on the earth. And if you don't believe in multiple lives, that's fine. It's just saying that whatever you've experienced in this life has brought you to this place of becoming an earth angel. I love this energy so much. Thank you. Thank you, spirit guides. Helping those in need with no expectation of return. And the shadow is acting innocent or angelic to mislead others, falsely claiming to be in touch with angelic guidance. That's the thing. You're just here to help others. You give without reserve, right? You're a selfless person. Didn't I say that earlier on your reading, Pile 2? Their big concern too is that reminder that while it's amazing that you give selflessly, to also give to yourself, right? And a good way to do that is to find space and time alone to recharge. On the bottom, look at this. Child orphan. Every child belongs and every child deserves love is what I'm hearing right now. It says the light attributes are independence based on learning to go it alone. You have had to do this alone, and maybe you've been somebody that has been harshly judged by the actions and decisions that you made in your life, and you made a stand and said, I'm not going to do that to other people because no one knows my story, or no one even takes time to get to know my story. And so you're automatically looking at it as everybody has a life that they've lived to this moment that no one knows all the details except the person standing in front of us. Conquering a fear of surviving. The shadow is feelings of abandonment that stifle maturation, seeking inappropriate surrogate families. Yeah, so you've overcome this energy of feeling abandoned. You have outgrown that childish energy of like, oh, we're just going to do what everyone else is doing because everyone else is doing it. Like, you might have been doing that at one point in your life. Maybe you never have. It doesn't matter, right? Whatever it is, your story, there, again, no judgment here. I'm the messenger, so I have to say what's coming through. And I feel like you've overcome that and you've let that go, and you're recognizing, like, I'm coming into a very emotionally grounded and stable place. We have know your worth with skunk spirit. You recognize that everyone is worthy of having a good life. Everyone is deserving of manifesting their desires. But so many people are so busy judging everyone, and they're saying, oh, they don't deserve this, they don't deserve that. They're spending too much of their precious energy trying to convince others that other people are awful and terrible, that they're not focused on themselves. And for you, focusing on yourself gives you the ability to give space to focus on others. And that's a very powerful thing. You know your worth, you know your value, and you know just because you made a few mistakes or even a ton of mistakes in your life, that does not make you a bad person. So your spirit guides are saying they are so proud of you. You are this beautiful soul that the world needs. But more than just being a beautiful soul, Pile 2, you are so relatable. And that is power in and of itself. People can relate to you. People can understand where you're coming from. People can also be like, it's like, oh my gosh, pile number 2, they see me. It's okay for me to see myself too, because pile 2 chooses to see themselves. Act as if with the chameleon spirit, number 14. This is that energy where it's like you're able to fluidly move through the crowds and connect with people, because you've already experienced the hardships. Even if you haven't gone through what they've gone through, you've experienced enough hardship, enough strife, enough suffering in life that it's very easy for you to put the shoe on the other foot, even in a circumstance that you yourself would never do or never choose to do. You could absolutely understand why a person would choose to do that. Because you see your reflection in everybody. Wow, this is so synchronistic. So synchronistic. I absolutely love this energy coming through. You see yourself in everybody, but you also see everybody in yourself. What a powerful place to be at. You recognize that no one is separate from the other person. And the more that we choose to see ourselves as separate, the more divided we are. You're incredibly grateful. And I feel like your spirit guides cannot express this enough, how grateful they are that you're grateful, even for the hard things. You're not mad about the hard things that happen in your life. You're grateful for the opportunities to learn. You're grateful for the opportunities to grow. You're grateful for the opportunities to observe yourself on a deeper level. I'm thankful for this life and the opportunities that it presents. So they see you as this incredibly grateful person, right? They do see that maybe there are some things that you regret, but I feel like this is confirmation to what I was saying. Just because you made some bad decisions doesn't make you a bad person. I know I cannot change the past. And this is how you approach people now. You recognize that this person made decisions, and none of us can get into a time machine and go back and change what it is that we've done. Even though we all have regrets, even though we've all had these situations, there's this quote that's coming through. Regret for the things that we have done can be tempered by time. It is regret for the things that we haven't done that are inconsolable. So maybe we do have regret for things that we have done, but eventually that will be tempered by time, if we allow it to be. But so many people are in this place of like, nope, I'm not going to let that be tempered by time at all. I'm just going to let that fuel my crazy antics in this world, and I'm going to keep showing up from this lower vibrational energy. But that's not you, and that's what puts you in this greatest friend of all time energy. Whoa, okay. Thank you. We have renewal, 890. You are experiencing renewal and fresh beginnings. Release the past and embrace the opportunities for growth and transformation ahead. Again, that same confirmation for the regret energy coming in. You've learned how to release your own past, and that gives others space to do the same. I have to check this card off camera just to make sure it's camera appropriate, which absolutely it is. Oh my gosh! What is this? Oh, I love this confirmation. much, spirit guides. Thank you so much. Oh my goodness. What more can I say? This is just confirming the energy that I've gotten this entire reading. You are an ultimate best friend. That's how your spirit guides see you, as the ultimate best friend. Like, even your spirit guides are like, I'm so glad pile 2 is my best friend. Like, I'm so glad that I get to help pile number 2. We get to be best friends. They're like, yeah, that's my best friend. They love that. They just think that's the greatest thing ever. Ah, thank you for that confirmation. Exactly. Distorted perceptions. Reality is rarely what we are raised to believe it is. You see everybody walking around in their distorted perceptions, creating projections on people who don't deserve those projections. Are there people who are in low vibrational energy? Of course there are. Are there people who are in high vibrational energy? Of course there are. Every one of us has been given the same chance to learn, to grow, to expand. But just because someone chooses not to, or just because someone chooses to stay in a distorted perception, does that make them a bad person? No, it could make them ignorant of knowing how to grow. They might not know what to do. Okay? And maybe they do know what to do, but they've chosen to stay stagnant, and that's okay. Ultimately, it's not our place to judge, and I feel like you're a judge-free zone. That's what this really is coming out to, and this is that feeling. Exactly. This flew out of the deck on the chair right next to me. I mean, it like popped out like crazy. Pain. This is why you're like this, because you have experienced so much hardship in life. You have been through it. But this allows you to put the shoe on the other foot. Even if what someone is describing to you is something you have never experienced yourself, it's not a long journey for you to understand where they're coming from. You're an empath 101, okay? You are capable of feeling others' pain, but you're able to put yourself in their shoes because you yourself know what it is to be alone, carrying your pain alone, and no one deserves to go through that. Solution 567, and we have 567890 with what's on the bottom of the deck. That's absolutely stunning. You are evolving spiritually and emotionally, moving towards greater wisdom and understanding. You're evolving, you're transforming, you're transmuting energy that would have kept you stagnant and stuck. You are stepping into a huge, huge energy of being emotionally mature, but also being an embodiment of unconditional love. Okay, so we're going to take a look at this card. I'm going to read this from the book. Delight with number 14. You bring everybody together. There is no separation between you and other people. Like, there is nothing to be separate because of. Right? And so you're here bringing everybody together. Let's see what this says from the book. Delight. Clap your hands with joy and let your inner child play. Be silly or play hooky. Take a day off. This isn't the time to buckle down and get to work. This is when you should be madcap and spontaneous. Have fun. Your spirit guardians, I love that the spirit guides are coming through. Your spirit guardians are delighted when you're filled with childlike wonder, joy, and exuberance. You know, I'm thinking about that too, going back to that, being a child of childlike mind. You know, when you were a child, we never judged each other, right? We were just like, oh, I'm going to be everybody's friend. And maybe even if you were a loner, like, still, it wasn't like you were over here, like, thinking negative thoughts about others. You were just like, oh, I'm shy, or I can't connect with people, or, you know, I don't know what to say, or whatever it was. But it wasn't about the other people necessarily. When you're a child, everybody's on the same ground, right? When you're filled with childlike wonder, joy, and exuberance. When just one person experiences true delight, this joyous energy radiates outward like ripples in a pool, reaching even the furthest shores of humanity. Your pleasure can rejuvenate you and can have a powerful healing effect on others. I love that. So you're healing others with your delight, with understanding. It's like the curiosity that you bring about people. to network with people. You're so curious about people just naturally, and that's bringing this healing energy around. I love this. This is such a powerful message, pile number 2. So if you felt like this was your message, actually today we're just gonna step out. Is there that hands holding, you know, where the hands are holding like this? Leave that hands holding emoji down below and leave this affirmation. I delight in everything in my world and divine joy fills me. To claim this reading, if you feel like this is your reading. If it resonated, it would mean the world to me if you were to like, comment, and subscribe below. And if you are interested in supporting the channel further, check out the description box. It'll have everything you need. Okay, and with that, I would like to take a quick second to thank your spirit guides, your messengers, your angel source, and my spirit guides for coming together to give us this incredibly synchronistic and very beautiful reading. I'm honored I got to connect with you, pile number 2. Truly. And with that, until next time, stay human. Bye. Hello, my fellow human. If you were drawn to this dice with Uranus on it, and if you caught the pick a card, I was saying that it was first started out on Venus energy, and something happened and it got switched to Uranus, and so I left it on Uranus. But if you chose this dice, and if you were drawn to this rhodochrosonite gemstone, or if you were drawn to this card during the shuffle, then this is going to be a reading on how are you seen through the eyes of your spirit guides. First, intros, and then we'll get into what that means. I would like to say thank you to anyone and everyone who continues to be a supportive part of this journey with me. I'm truly honored to be sharing this time and this space with you. If you happen to be new here, welcome. This is a reminder that we all are here sharing this human experience together, and that this is a safe space to show up as your highest, most aligned, loving, authentic selves. We do things completely differently here on this channel. So with that being said, if the message resonates with you, it'd mean the world to me if you were to like, comment, and subscribe below. So when I was shuffling, the card for pile 2 flew out and it shifted this over into Uranus. And so I do feel like that's synchronistic for you, because there's this energy that's coming through where your spirit guides are saying how amazing you are, how attractive you are, how magnetic you are, but also how there's a resistance to change. And when you let go, there is sudden progress that's meant to happen in your life. But they do see you at times struggling with change. They see you wanting things to stay the same. They see you wanting to have a certain control or hold on things, which is okay. That's incredibly human of us. But also I was getting this energy coming in of defense. It's like this is a defense mechanism for you. This is something that you've relied on to help you out in prior situations that have felt very uncomfortable, that have felt very like, oh my gosh, I don't want to do this. I don't want to go down this road. And being defensive or being resistant to change has helped you in some way, shape, or form. And it's also cemented the emotional ego that's tied to that, which is why it's such a struggle now to let go. But as you let go and you surrender, you'll come into this place where things will start to really, really shift for you. You will see massive gains. You will see massive shifts in your life. You will see a lot of abundance start to flow to you as well. This could be being seen by other people, appreciated by other people, networking. This could be calling in your soul tribe as well. Okay, so that's something that your spirit guides wanted me to talk about first. So let's get into it and find out what comes through for you. For pile number 3, spirit guides, how do you see pile number 3 through your eyes? What would you like to share with us today? How do you see pile number 3 through your eyes, spirit guides? What would you like to share with us today? Yeah, there's like a struggle. I don't know if it's like there's an ache or there's a pain that's coming through, or there's like a not sure of what's to do next, but there's definitely a feeling of struggle that's being presented here, for sure. I'd rather stay in an uncomfortable situation because it's what's familiar than to move on from that. Because to move on from that means I might have to put myself under duress or under struggle or strain or suffering. Wow, that's really strong coming through. So I cannot make this up. We have the 11th house, Uranus and Virgo energy. So Uranus came back out, was absolutely synchronistic to what happened in the beginning. You can absolutely go and check that out. If you don't believe me, it got caught on camera. So there it is. But with this energy, there's something about wanting to be seen by others, right? Like the 11th house is like-minded families, communities, building relationships with like-minded individuals, friendships, connection with the internet, over the internet and around the world, over technology, inventions, futuristic thinking, progression. So there's a lot of energy coming in where it's like, I want to be seen for what I have to offer. And your spirit guides are saying when you let go of that resistance, that's exactly what will happen. You're not yet seeing just how powerful you are and how much your ideas are actually needed by so many different people, that once you really relinquish that control, that you'll have this sudden progression. But they do see you struggling with it greatly, and that can be really hard. You know, when we struggle with something so much, it's like it's something that it's become innate to our response system, right? Well, I'm just living in this now, like this is just who I am. But we've criticized ourselves, or we've been super critical about the progress that we're making or where we're at, and we become almost obsessed with getting somewhere else, but we're not relinquishing the control on it, and we end up hindering ourselves. And so it becomes frustrating, like, what's wrong with me? Why am I the problem? What's happening here? And so what your spirit guides are saying is, like, come back to that place of understanding and knowing that you're this very generous, logical person. You can be extremely organized when you put your mind to it. You have this beautiful way of communicating, connecting with others, bringing them all together. So it's like something that might be radically different. You're capable of connecting people through that difference. And that's such a wonderful thing. You're incredibly responsible, you're curious, and you're very helpful. But at times you question these parts of yourself, and it's keeping you disconnected, almost aloof to your dreams or to what it is that you want to manifest. And so they're reminding you that when you reground yourself, that you will connect in a way that you want. Your hopes and wishes will come true. You will be seen for the gifts that you have. You'll get the praise that you're looking for. Okay, you'll affect the future the way you want to. You'll affect friends, groups, collectives, social media. You'll get followers and recognition if that's what you're after. And even if you're not after any of those things, that might just be a product of when you let go, something that's going to naturally happen. And that can be scary in and of itself, and that might be why your emotional ego's holding on. It's just so much easier for us to stay under this little rock that we built for ourselves. But your spirit guides see you as this incredibly strong, powerful person that you don't even recognize just how strong you are. And they love that when you're alone and by yourself and no one's watching you, that you really are yourself. But that's the self that you don't let others see. And that's the self that when you let others see, you're going to be seen as you are. But you've got a lot coming into your mind. There's so much Aquarius energy that's coming out today. So you could be Aquarius, or you could have Aquarius in the 8th house, Aquarius South Node, or Aquarius North Node. And the 10th house, or Aquarius Moon is coming in as well, and Aquarius Rising. And now, again, you could have Aquarius highly aspect in your chart, or none of that might resonate with you, and that's okay. I just need to bring it out because it is coming up. But yeah, these are both Aquarius energy here. The 5 of Swords, and we have the Page of Swords coming out as well. I'm sorry, this is the 5 of Cups. This is actually Scorpio energy. My bad. Interesting that I saw the 5 of Swords though, but we have clinging to the past. But if you look at both of these cards, interesting that I split the deck. I haven't even shuffled yet. Of course I pre-shuffle before I start the reading, but It's interesting that here I split the deck and we have both cards talking about in the mind. Being the mind is chaotic. The mind is getting the best of you. Self-criticism, self-judgment, wanting to be a perfectionist, not moving forward until you've perfected an idea. We talked about that something happening in the past is like, oh, it didn't work out in the past, so what makes me think it's going to work out now, right? So this is all the mind trying to dilute or pollute, that's the thing, trying to pollute your dreams, your hopes, and your wishes. So letting go of that and allowing things to be as they will, as they'll show up. Wow. So spirit guides of pile number 3. How do you see pile number 3 through your eyes? And remember, they're bringing this up for your awareness. They're not bringing this up to judge you or be harsh towards you, because they're not, right? They love us so much, but sometimes they do have to pass on very difficult messages to us. And sometimes they feel, oh my gosh, you're being so judgmental towards me. Like, why are you bringing this forward? Like, I'm already getting enough. And they're saying, being aware of it is what's going to help you move on from that and help you reconnect with your intuition, but also to have patience with yourself, right? It's going to take time. Can you give yourself that time? That's where the breakthrough is going to happen. So spirit guides of pile number 3, how do you see them through your eyes? What would you like to share with us today? Yeah, go beyond illusion. Reconnect with your intuition here. This is the Judgment card. It's interesting that Judgment would be the first card that comes out for you, pile 3, and the one that flips over. So we already have this energy saying it's like you're feeling judged by the ones that love you the most, your spirit guides, but they're not judging you. They're trying to bring something into your awareness. So going beyond illusion, right? Don't fall for the illusion and the delusion. The illusion and the delusion, right? Don't fall for that. Don't let the emotional ego convince you that they're against you when they're not. They're for you. But oftentimes they're going to pass on messages that we need so that we can grow and move into a more aligned version of ourselves. And they are harsh messages because our emotional ego is taking it so personally, and it's very fragile. And it's like taking a blow to the ego. It's really what it is. So reminding yourself, like, is this my truth? Me feeling judged? Or is this my emotional ego acting up? So there's a very important message coming through for you today, pile 3. Spirit guides of pile number 3, how do you see them? They want you to recognize that when you listen with your intuition, there's going to be a massive transformation here, and you're going to see yourself the way that they see you, as this magnificent, strong-willed, capable person who can conquer anything and everything. Spirit guides of pile number 3, how do you see them? And you're ready to collect, right? You are ready to collect. There's that energy coming through, ready to experience that abundance in your life on the bottom. But look at this, we've got the 5 of Swords. It came out. I thought I saw it, but it wasn't the 5 of Swords. But now we really do have the 5 of Swords, which is Aquarius energy here. Comparing yourself to others, not feeling good enough, feeling like everybody's judging you is also a comparison, right? Unless somebody says it face to face, we can assume that people are judging us. And yes, maybe our intuition is telling us, oh, that person's judgmental, that person's judging you, right? But oftentimes we really have no honest idea of what's happening in someone else's minds. Some of us are telepathic and we can hear those thoughts, but even in telepathy, it's kind of a give and take, right? It is so random at times, and there's really like a switch that we can't turn. It's not something we can turn on and off at will. It's something that it happens, and oh my gosh, that just happened. I just read that person's mind. And oftentimes you recognize that it's not really the judgments that we're receiving as much as it is just this random point in time in this person's life. Okay, so telepathy is an interesting one, but you might have telepathy, but I also feel like your emotional ego is convincing you that when your emotional ego is judging you, that you're picking up on telepathy from someone else. So that's a very specific message that's coming in. But it's coming because you've compared yourself to others for so long. Is bamboo less strong than the oak tree? No, it's not. Is it less mighty? Absolutely not. They both have their own powers and their own strengths to offer. And each one is used for something different. Why? Because that's the way it has to be. You can't expect the oak to do what the bamboo can do, and you can't expect the bamboo to do what the oak can do. It's just not the way it works. There is no comparison. Each offer beauty, strength, stability, and assistance with certain things. Okay? But reminding yourself that if you're in a state of comparison, is it my gifts that are coming to me? Is this my intuition that's coming to me? Or is this my emotional ego? And I feel like that comes back to that Virgo energy, wanting things to appear perfect all the time, but you're an imperfectly perfect human. So naturally, we're going to be imperfect 100% of the time. That's just the way it is. That's just the way it is. Possibilities. I cannot make it up. This card came out in all three piles today. So really quickly, since that's the case, if you did watch all three piles today, leave a purple heart down below. That's you being a part of my Purple Heart Club. It's for anybody that's chosen to watch 1, 2, and 3 with me. I truly do appreciate you spending all that time with me. It means the world to me. And even if you're only here for pile number 3, I just want to say thank you for your time, your energy, and for being a part of this journey. It does mean the world to me. We do have possibilities, looking at things from this higher perspective, recognizing that you always have a choice. You always have an option. There's always something more than what we're seeing right in front of us, but we have to allow ourselves to be open to receiving that guidance. We have Temperance energy coming in. You might have resonated with one specific pile as well. And I'm not going to say which pile that is. That's for those of you that watch multiple piles, or if you felt drawn to more than one pile. With integration, we have Temperance energy showing here. Okay, this is integrating both the shadow and the light aspect within ourselves. And sometimes we want to ignore, we want to run away, and we don't want to face the shadow, but the shadow is just as important as the light. I feel like that's what's something that you've been struggling with, is seeing the shadow as something that is acceptable within you. And your spirit guides are saying that that is the illusion. You are absolutely 100% purified, bona fide, acceptable human as you are in this moment. Why? Because you are beautiful, amazing, and wonderful as you are. And sometimes that's really hard for us to see because the shadow is getting the best of us. And I feel like maybe just in this moment, this could be a message that you needed right now. You might not always be in this energy, but I do feel like in this moment, this is energy that's getting the best of you, which is why your spirit guides brought it through on this reading. They see you as this powerful being. But I do feel like right now you're struggling to see yourself as that powerful being. You're struggling to see yourself from a higher light. You're struggling to see yourself with eyes of unconditional love because you're assuming that there are people who are far more fitted to what it is that you are doing, that you have, the abilities that you have. And that's not true. You're the only one that can do this, and you're the only one that can bring it to fruition here. Are there other people who are capable of doing the same thing? Not the same thing, because it will always be different. It will always be different. And so right now, seeing beyond illusion is the one thing that's going to help you integrate all of those lessons that you've learned. And it's going to help you let go of needing to have perfection in order to move forward. Just keep moving. Why do I hear that, Dory? Just keep swimming. Just keep swimming. Just keep swimming, swimming, swimming. Right? So keep moving forward. And I do feel like it's just difficult, especially if you're relying on others to see you. It's all about validating yourself, right? And it's not necessarily that you're trying to seek validation from other people. This feels like you're putting yourself out there to be seen by other people, and maybe not getting seen as much as you thought or you expected. And you're seeing other people getting seen more. You're seeing them, like say you have a YouTube channel, TikTok, or an Instagram. It could be Facebook, social media. It could be anything, even a website, right? And this is just an example, but I'm getting that also because of the 11th house and Uranus energy. But again, it is just an example. It could be anything. It could be a doctor's office. It could be a chiropractor. It could be someone that's a coach, a life coach, whatever it is. But you're putting yourself out there and you're not getting as many views or as many clients as other people are. And you're immediately saying like, oh, obviously I'm not meant to do this. I'm bad at this or whatever. And your spirit guides are saying that's not the case at all, right? That's not the case at all. You're meant to be doing this, but your journey is different from everyone else. And comparing yourself to people that you don't know what their story is, what they've gone through, the life that they've lived, is putting you in despair and suffering. And so bringing that back into integration and letting go of the comparison and reminding yourself you have something amazing to offer as you are, and trusting that everything will work out. Maybe not in the time that you've set, but it will work out in your highest good, in divine timing. And trusting divine timing can be very challenging, but your spirit guides wanted to remind you of how amazing you are and how powerful you are. Because right now I feel like there's this energy that's around you, pile 3, where you don't feel very powerful right now. You don't feel very skillful. You don't feel very good at what you're doing. And that's the illusion, to look beyond illusion here. Wow, that's really powerful. Already, this reading has been next level. So, spirit guides, what else would you like to tell pile number 3? Okay, so I guess you're getting 2 of these. All right, on the bottom of the deck, we have romance with Venus in Taurus, which is in its home rule. Romance, so maybe you're trying to call in love and you don't feel very romantic or you don't feel very lovable. It could be anything here, right? But reminding yourself that you are magnetic, you are lovable, you are deserving, you are amazing. Okay, whatever it is that you need to do to remind yourself of that daily. You know, when we think about Venus energy and Taurus energy, we're thinking about self-worth. So how can you build up your self-worth and see that you are worthy and deserving, right? Knowing your value. Right now, questioning your value. You're struggling because you're questioning your value. You are very valuable. You were given life. That makes you the most valuable human there is. Everybody here that's been given life, we're all so valuable, but so few of us are accepting of that, right? And it takes practice. It's not, some people might be inherently born with the knowledge of that and something that they're able to exert and exude every day, but there's many of us that struggle with that, and we have to practice at it constantly, and that's okay. Yin energy, Taurus, Virgo, Capricorn, Pisces, Scorpio, Cancer, with intuition, trust, patience, spirituality, and receptivity. Time to come into this receptive place to receive what is yours, right? There's nothing that you can do to change the outcome here except keep doing what you're doing. Show up and let yourself be seen as you are. You are perfect. Even if people don't get you, even if people don't understand you, there are people out there who will, right? Building a community. Wouldn't you rather build a community with people who see you as you are and understand the person that you are than to be seen by millions more people who don't understand you, and the minute you choose to step up into your authenticity, they peace out? I mean, let's be real. You want to be surrounded by the people who understand who you are because they know you're being authentic to yourself. 31, with intention. Lacking personal direction begets confusion and life as a pawn to someone else's game of chess. Don't be at the whims of other people here is what they're saying. Like right now, when you're doubting yourself and comparing yourself, you're at the whims of someone else. You're trying to do what someone else is doing. You're trying to emulate them, which is not bad, right? If someone's successful, of course we want to emulate them, but the purpose of that is to find a way that works for us so that we can let our authenticity take over at some point. And I feel like right now you're struggling to let your authenticity to take over. It's like, oh, I'm going to try this person. I'm going to try this person. I'm going to do what this person's doing. I'm going to do what this person's doing. But then the question here is, what are you doing? Pile 3, what are you doing? We have victim that flipped over here. says light attributes prevent you from letting yourself be victimized or victimizing others. The shadow is playing the victim for positive feedback in the form of pity, the inability to maintain personal boundaries. So this is the victim that's at play right now within you, and that's okay. Everybody has the victim within them, right? It's just learning how to not feed that part of ourselves, to remember that we can be the empowered empath. We can be the empowered warrior. We can be the empowered healer. We have to empower ourselves, though. Somebody's not going to come along and save us. We have to save ourselves. And that's what I feel like your spirit guides, they're seeing right now. And they just want to remind you that you can be that savior and that they're there to help and they want to help, but you need to invite them in. And a good thing to say, pile 3, is that spirit guides of mine, I invite you to help realign me on my path of highest good. Just asking them, and they'll come in and they will immediately get to work on giving you synchronicities, signs, symbols, whatever. But if you're not inviting them in, there's nothing they can do. Their hands are literally tied. Of course, they'll do their best to catch your attention here and there, but when you invite them in, it's a much different, more powerful approach, okay? Detective. Okay, light attributes, great powers of observation and intuition, a desire to seek out the truth. The shadow is voyeurism and falsifying information. Okay, so seeking out the truth is important for you, right? But trusting that you have to seek that out within yourself as well is what I'm getting with the detective energy here, okay? You have great powers. Again, coming back to how strong you are, the strength that you exude is so undeniable. But right now, questioning yourself. Wow, you got 2 cards coming out. We have Coyote, trust in divine detours. Everything happens for a reason. Even if it doesn't feel like a blessing at that time, at some point down the line, you're going to see the blessing that's there. We also have Antelope with life is speeding up. Okay, so things are going to start shifting for you here, and they want you to be prepared for what's coming next. Is it good? Is it bad? That's not what they want you to focus on. They want you to focus on being grounded right now in your energy and embodying the powerful being that you are. Wow. Oh my gosh, thank you so much, spirit guides. We have 44, which is strength, structure, stability. Okay, and then we have Panther Spirit, reclaim your power. I can't make this energy up. This is a very clear energy coming in from your spirit guides right now. This is what they're seeing. You've given your power away. And, you know, whether that's because things aren't happening the way that you thought that they should, or whether that's because things are going a lot more slow than you thought they would, whatever it is, there's something here where it's like, I didn't expect it to be as it is. I expected it to be much faster, or I expected to be somewhere else other than I am. Truthfully, the only thing that we can do, pile 3, is be present with what is. No matter how much we wish things were different, that doesn't make things different. So we can only be present with what is. Is there a solution? If there's a solution, then take action on that solution. If there's not a solution, then be as present as possible. Those are the only options that we really have. But through both of those options, then opportunities do arise, okay? Yeah, there's a fear that's coming through here. Yeah, you very well might have been on another pile or resonated with another pile or were drawn to another pile. Okay, so there's a fear of the unknown here, fear of taking that action for yourself, fear that you're going to be judged, fear that you're not going to be good enough, fear that people are going to laugh at you, whatever the fear is, right? Part of your journey at this time is to embody freedom. Look at this. I possess the power. Stop. I possess the power. I possess the power. Say it with me, pile 3. I possess the power. Okay? And the free will to create my own happiness. You are the creator of your reality. Reclaim your power. I possess the power. Reclaim your power. Let spirit be your guide. It came out with that. I picked it up and this one came out too. Let spirit be your guide. Look at this. Great powers of observation and intuition. You are so powerful. You're not recognizing how powerful you are, right? You're believing in the illusion of comparison. Both of these offer great power. Both of these offer great structure, strength, stability, foundation. They both offer it, but in their own unique ways. Balance. I bring a state of perfect harmony into my world, and I do so without judgment. Wow, when did the camera zoom in like that? I'm so sorry. I had no idea it zoomed in. Okay, let's go back. Okay, there we go. My apologies. I didn't know what was happening. So, wow, I hope that happened at the time when one of these two cards come out, because that is extra confirmation. Extra confirmation there. Hang with me, right? I bring a state of perfect harmony into my world, and I do so without judgment, okay? So letting go of the judgment here, letting go of those things, letting go of the comparison. Whoa. Next level. Let's get an angel number for pile number 3, spirit guides. What would you like to tell them? And look, here's the thing, pile 3. You're not alone in this. Like, I've gone through this. Everybody else that's out there putting themselves out there, everybody in the world has gone through this, right? It's not that, oh, I was given all the courage in the world and no fear at all. No, I was guided by my spirit guides. Look, you have to face your fears, and the only way to do that is with courage, and that means that you just have to do it. Nike it up, baby. Just do it. Nike it up, okay? That's the truth. Remember, I used to do videos on Facebook. This was years ago. I used to do a video every day. For 2 years I did it, and I thought I was going to be, by the end of 2 years, I thought I was going to be so far along, and I wasn't. But I remember during that time I created Freedom Friday, which is so funny. They want me to talk about this. It was Freedom Fridays, and I made a promise to myself that every Friday I would do something that made me nervous. I rapped on a video once. I made my own song on a video once. I sang for the first time in front of people on a video once, and it was awful. It was so crazy, right? I spoke in an accent. I tried Spanish once. I tried all these different things. I hula hooped on a video. I was doing little creations on the video. I did my first tarot reading on a Freedom Friday live for other people, right? So the thing was that Freedom Friday was a representation of me facing my fears, doing things that made me nervous, that I didn't want to show people because I was afraid of judgment, or I was afraid of people making fun of me. And I did those things. Everything that came up to me that I was like, oh, I'm afraid to do that in front of people, I would mark that down for a Freedom Friday. And I did this for 2 years. And that's how I overcame my own fear. Sometimes we have to do that. We have to really put ourselves out there so that we can overcome our fears. But if you don't put yourself out there, then the fear will grow bigger than your courage. But when you put yourself out there, eventually the balance does shift, and your courage becomes bigger than your fear. Okay? If you look at me, right? And I'm not trying to make this about me, because it's not, but I'm just trying to give you an example that I know from personal experience. You're looking at me. If you're trying to compare yourself to me, that's an unfair assessment, because I've been doing this for a long time. Right? This is not my first channel. This is not my first rodeo. This is not even my first time speaking in front of people. When I was younger and I had a job, I was sent to another state to get training for teaching people how to start their jobs. I was in training to become a trainer. So I was supposed to teach people. I was on the phones for years. I talked on phones for, customer service for years. And I remember once I got a customer service job, and I was there for a month, and I was already one of the top producers in the customer service department that I was in. It was for sales. And my team, everybody on my team hated me. They absolutely hated me. They're like, how does this person who doesn't know anything about the world come in and is doing better than all of us? They were giving me special accounts by my second month in. And other people on the floor who I'd never met knew my name, and they had a problem with me, and they were complaining about me to upper management. They said, it's not fair. She's brand new. Why does she get all these accounts? What no one understood was that was not my first customer service job on the phones. That was not even my first sales position. I had already been in customer service for 8 years at that point, stuck on a headset, chained to a desk for 8 years, day in and day out. But see, that's the thing. It's like, it's so easy for us to say like, oh, well, they're at the same level that I am. And I had to ask teammates, I had to ask them, is this the first time that you've ever been in a job on the phones? 90% of my team, that was their first phone job. And I told them, I was like, you guys don't understand. I come from 8 years of experience. That's why I got this job. That's why I was hired. And that's why I'm doing the things that I'm doing. There are going to be haters. But if you let your haters compare themselves to you, or if you're letting that be the reason you compare yourself to everybody else, you're forgetting, Pile 3, all the hard work that you did. All the time spent developing, putting forth the effort, and reclaiming that gift that you were given at birth, right? So that's why it's unfair. It's like, it's easy to say, well, it's easy for you. No, it wasn't easy for me. And I can guarantee you that if anybody's being honest that's in a similar position like I am, no matter what they're offering on social media, YouTube, Instagram, TikTok, whatever it is, no matter what they're offering, if they were being 100% honest, they would tell you the same thing. It's not easy. It's not easy to put yourself out there for other people, because there are a lot of negative people out there. But I'm going to tell you what, I've dealt with those negative people behind closed doors. I've dealt with those negative people online. I've dealt with those negative people in my day-to-day jobs. You've done the same thing. You've already done the same thing. You can't tell me you haven't had coworkers you couldn't stand that were super negative and judgmental of you. You can't tell me you didn't have family and friends that you grew up around that were negative and judgmental of you. Maybe you had a past lover who was judgmental of you and negative towards you. Whatever the situation is, you've also done the same thing. So why are you holding back now and trying to compare yourself when you already know there's no comparison? You get to express yourself in your own unique way, and it's time for you to do that. And that's what your spirit guides are reminding you of. Find that strength, that structure, that stability. Reclaim your power and come back to that innate sense of worth that resides within. The only way to do that, to overcome the fear, is to face it with courage. Courage isn't the absence of fear. Courage is in the face of fear. Doing something that you wish to do in the face of fear. Okay? So on the bottom, look at this. We've got alignment 111, which is also have faith. Your thoughts are manifesting rapidly. Trust in divine guidance and stay focused on your goals. Right? What do you want to create? Have faith that it will work out for you. Stop saying, oh, it's not good enough. It's not this. It's not that. It is. It's yours, which makes it good enough. It's exactly what it needs to be, because you are enough, Pile 3. So your spirit guide's also coming in with the completion 999. You got 111 and 999, which tells me that's 10 10 10, which is you're about to reap the efforts, reap the rewards of your effort with the 9 of coins coming out in ripeness. Release what no longer serves you and prepare to embark on a new chapter filled with opportunities, right? If you don't go a knocking, no one's going to open the door, and that includes source and your spirit guides. So it's time to get to knocking. Keep knocking, and it doesn't matter if 1,000 doors slam in your face, if 10,000 doors slam in your face. It only takes one door to open to change your life forever. Okay? Alright, spirit guides, what else do you have? Look at this. Mars and Aquarius, rebellion. It is time to rebel against this defensive side of yourself. The victim within. It's time for you to stand up for yourself and say, I have control over my life. 1111, go through the gateway. Don't be afraid of what's on the other side. We also have, look at this, we've got Mercury in Gemini, in its home, excitement. When you are honest with yourself, when you are radically honest with yourself, that is when your life changes, and your spirit guides want you to see this part of yourself, because only when you see it with your eyes, it's almost like you won't believe it until you see it with your own eyes. But it's not just going to magically happen for you either, Pile 3, because you're the only one that can take action towards that. And that's what they're trying to encourage you to do. Take that action. But look at all these master numbers that we have coming up, even with the angel numbers, 999, 111, 44, we got 1111. So many master numbers, like so synchronistic here. Oh my gosh. The 10th house, structure, strength, structure, foundation. We've got discipline, life, mission, accomplishments, and careers. You're already on the right path. Just do the thing. Do the thing. Find contentment with what you're offering, with what you're putting out. Find contentment with where you are, knowing that you are enough right now. And you'll get better as time goes. You'll gain experience as time goes. Don't try to be perfect the first time out the gate. You're not going to. I still make mistakes to this day. I still have issues with talking. Things happen. I'm not, I'm like off key when I'm singing. Like, I'm not trying to be up here to be perfect. I'm just trying to be a human that does the thing. So I can show you, do the thing. Do the thing. You'll do it. Boom. We got 21. The key to intimacy. Intimate love is a core need to be met in relation to ourselves. We must love ourselves unconditionally and those closest to us. The journey to intimacy often includes learning what love is not. You have not been loved the way that you deserve, and your spirit guides want you to know that you are so lovable. All you need to do is ask them to be present with you, and they will make it clear that they're there loving you, adoring you, admiring you, being inspired by you. You have to invite them in, right? They're doing their best to support you, but when you invite them in is when it gets even more powerful. And that's what they want. They're intimate for you, okay? This is your intimate team. Rely on them. Disruption, yeah. So this is showing me that there's been a lot of disruption along your journey. There's been a lot of stop-start energy along your journey, and that's okay. And maybe that's creating even more fear. But that stop-start energy is just to reassess. Is this really the direction you want to go in? And if you're choosing, yes, this is the direction I want to go in, then trust that. Trust that that is the direction you're meant to go in. All right, we're going to take a look at this card. I'm going to flip this over and read this from the book. Wow. We've got number 18 with enthusiasm. So 4 9s coming out here. This is ending a situation, letting it go, freeing yourself, transformation, but enthusiasm. I actually love that this came out for you. They want you to find excitement with the journey once again. So let's see what enthusiasm says for you here. I love this. There's a lot of transformation here. Okay. It says, embrace life with excitement and celebrate even the smallest victories. Yes, I love this for you. Let your childlike exuberance radiate to others. This isn't the time to be cool or reserved. Find joy in the ordinary events of life and discover what is great about today. It's easy to think that you'll be enthusiastic once your dreams have become a reality. However, the fastest way to manifestation is to be joyous about what you already have. As a direct result of your unabashed excitement, you'll start to see miracles in your life and in the lives of those around you. Additionally, enthusiasm is a direct path to vibrant health. It helps improve your immune system and sends a message to your body that it's vital, healthy, and strong. So embrace enthusiasm. Even if there's a lot of stop-start energy, that's okay. Be enthusiastic. Hey, this is a part of the journey. I'm still doing the things that I love. I'm still taking care of myself. Like, that stop-start energy should not be a thing that you fear anymore, but recognizing it as a part of life. That's okay, because guess what, pile number 3? Your spirit guides see you as someone who is capable of handling it. And the minute you see yourself as someone capable of handling it, you're going to overcome this barrier that's been present in your life for, it feels like a long time. It's something that's been persistent for sure. Okay? What a profound reading. Thank you for hanging out with me, because I know this was not an easy message that came through, and a little bit different than the question we were asking, but a necessary message from your spirit guides to get to you in this time, okay? And if you felt like this was your message, leave the little butterfly emoji down below and write this affirmation. It says, I celebrate everything in my life and I live in limitless joy. Yes, I love that for you. Let me see if I can get that to focus a little better here. Okay. So leave that down below, and if it resonated, it would mean so much to me if you were to like, comment, and subscribe. And if you're interested in supporting the channel further, check out the description box. It will have everything you need. This is where I'm going to go ahead and leave you, but I do want to take a quick second to thank your spirit guides, your messengers, your angel source, and my spirit guides for coming together to give us this incredibly powerful message, pile number 3. Remember, you are so loved. You are imperfectly perfect. You are wonderful, strong, brave, courageous, and amazing. Lean into these wonderful qualities and watch yourself outshine yourself in ways you never thought were possible. Here's a big, 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 big energetic hug. I love you so much. Okay, you're not alone. And until next time, stay human. Bye.